Welcome everyone, my name is Kayloa. Today's Inscryption Kaycee mod, we had a suggestion run for four ringworms of the apocalypse. So we have our Famine ringworm with Repulsive, War with Omnistrike, Plague with Death Touch and Sharp Quills, and Death with Unkillable and Corpse Maggots. And when I was thinking about how I wanted to do this run, the ringworms actually really remind me of the Magatama from Shin Megami Tensei 3, so I think what we will do is we're going to find 4 hosts to take on each of these ringworms and become fiends of the apocalypse. The question is who are we going to find for acceptable? I actually was doing a test run and I learned that Omnistrike on flying is the worst thing you can possibly do. It does. Yeah, because I had a sparrow versus flying ants. It attacked one time when there were multiple ants on the board. It does not work. But we could say put like repulsive onto flying ant and that would help against anything that doesn't fly. So I'm thinking we're going to do river otter and flying ant. So first we are going to put, let's say, we'll put repulsive onto our flying ant. And I also threw on some challenges just to add a little spice. We got some difficulty, no rares, and fewer items. So we'll see how that does for us. Can do. Those flying ant can block and not be stopped. So, in the meantime though, Ringworm, you need to get rid of that pronghorn for me, please. At least we have a ringworm to block, but what we really need is to get our river otter out and about. Let's see. Here, Leshy, you're gonna concede. There we go. Oh, let's see. We have a bug already, so mud turtle. Ooh, what would be a good totem for us? Let's see. Probably bug. So start with that. Alright, ringworm, you can go there. Nice defensive card. Very helpful. Excellent. That works out quite nicely. So we get our mud turtle. And now we can slowly take out the mole. You concede. Well, let's... Do we even need teeth? We don't, actually. Alright, grab pelt. And let's see here. I think Omnistrike on River Otter would make the most sense of the available options. Can't really benefit from the others. Really, we're 3 for 3 with the pronghorns. Okay. Unless she doesn't seem to be trying very hard, but we'll just continue on. I was hoping for River Otter there. That's okay. At least we don't have to worry about flying ant getting taken out here. Actually, you know what? I want River Otter here, pelt there. There we go. Good use of Omnistrike. We don't need another mud turtle. Let's see if we can find somebody. I think having Eternal Beehive would be a little too overpowered, so let's go Porcupine. Bleach. Got our Porcupine Fiend of Death ready. Kinda want to save that Ringworm if we can for later. So in the meantime, actually, you don't have offensive power, so you can't take out the Pack Mule anyway. Alright, I think I'm going to have to play Mud Turtle, or at least somebody here, because otherwise we're going to hit starvation before we even get to phase 2. We can't have that. That would be a big no-no. You know what, though? We actually don't need to abuse that Ringworm. We can abuse our Porcupine. So now we're going to go to phase 2. We are going to play River Otter. This will be good. River Otter is going to help keep our board clean. Or at least as clean as it can be. Haha! Leshy, you fool. You played the adder in the wrong spot. Actually, the adder would be completely ineffective anywhere. So, hooray for our fiends. I think ideally a bullfrog would be... Yeah, bullfrog. Be our plague fiend. Yeah, I like that. Alright, trade in the pelts for whom? Who would be a good addition? Part of me wants to get Rourke or Ant, but I'm wondering, should I try to avoid any other one-bloods? If that would be the case, then River Snapper would be a good... Bat would be a good choice. Alright. Plague on our bullfrog, or our bullfrog brings the plague. Sprinting bullfrogs. Alright. That I think we can handle. Excellent. Alright. I probably should have bleached there. That's okay. Let's see. That Rattler is a problem. One that we are going to have to deal with. We really need to hit some bonfires though so we can get some stat bumps. That's the one downside to playing with one bloods, is they're generally rather weak stat-wise. There we go. I like that. That makes me feel better. 1 to 2. Yep. Because now play Mud Turtle and Bat. We don't die. Carry on. Alright, an Alpha's annoying. But we do have Porcupine. And that is acceptable. Oh, we have one tooth. That means one pelt. Ooh, corpse eating, death touch for flying ant. Death touch. I was like, ooh, if we have come across a mole man, we are set. 2 ways. Now let's see. Tadpole and kingfisher. Well, that means we can do this. That is not going to stop them, but... Oh, wow. Well, at least we're going to take that raven down with us, but I don't think we're going to win this fight. The simple fact that we just don't have the power. We have the utility, but not the power. Problems. Yes. Let's see if we pop a tooth, maybe. Okay, nope, waterborne doesn't work either. Wow. Omnistrike is not as great as I thought. Wait, why does it feel like the moon can attack when my cards are waterborne? Maybe I just assume that it can. Anyway, let's see. We need... I'm gonna grab an... Oh, let's see. We haven't really been hitting a lot of bonfires, though. Ant Queen. Go. Bleach. We need to live, which means mud turtle. At least Lushy's being nice now. So River Otter can actually do some work. Can we get like a 2-blood? Ant Queen, cool. Wise Clock. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna... Oh wait. I grabbed an Ant Queen. Not an Adder. Right. So... I want everyone to have health, but in the meantime... River Otter, because we're gonna come against porcupines soon. River Otter is probably a terrible card for this. Question options are... We don't have enough going for us here. Problems are... You here. Rotate. Oh boy. I really don't know what would be good. Well, if I bring out River Otter, it's actually... Might as well bring it out now, get a point of damage. Can't block, but it'll get Bullfrog out of the way, and it's just going to attack Porcupine a bunch of times. porcupine is one I can't lose. This is just a very strange, odd fight sequence, but we made it. Barely. Where's that mud turtle? We need it really badly. Oh, there's bat. Okay. Maybe we'll be okay. Yes, we'll be okay. We got 3 damage on the board. Alright, who do we have here? Another porcupine, a mantis. You know, I'm gonna grab porcupine just in case we get to fuse. Because yes, that they're awesome. You know, they're in comparison to others of their kind, they are significantly stronger with the power of their fiend sigils. But they're also still very stat-wise incredibly weak. So they're gonna get steamrolled in map 3 probably if we don't do something. Lammer. Not a terrible lightness. Black goat. Sure. More health. So bullfrog. Aha. There we go. The moment I built this flying ant 4. But we also have bullfrog, so we can take them both down. Oh right, loose tail. Hey, you know what though? That still worked really well actually. Probably should have bleached, but oh. Yeah, probably should have done that. Let's see here. So, what if we do this? Well, what if we bleach? Then we can work on our ants. There we go. Direwolf, mealworm. Mealworm wouldn't be terrible, actually. Unless something better, like field mice. Alright. Stronger porcupine. Love to see that. Yeah, with our 2 bloods, we need somebody who can assist. Like Black Goat, to get our cards onto the board a little bit quicker, a little bit easier, and oh boy, that is a lot. But we have Overflow Death Touch, so life is good. We got the right totem to assist us with this fight, or this run, and I am for it. And just so we can, magpie, bigger ant queen, defensive wise, turkey vulture. All right. Do we still have our second candle? Or yep, good, because we're gonna need it. Because we're gonna deal nothing, take. Alright. This here, bat there, Okay. Nope, because in comes the raven. Nope. Alright. How about a 3-blood? Lammer, okay. Bones. Scissors. Magpie onto black goat. Oh yeah. Porcupine and bullfrog are gonna do just fine here. Let's see. First off though, let's... Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Get an offensive card off the board. Now we can play Porcupine. Okay, this is not cool, so let's just, let's see, what do we need? River Otter? That depends. This either will work out brilliantly or not at all. Knew it. Alright, good. So the porcupine slot still full, so the porcupine's attack continued on. So even though the porcupine died, the attack was still active. Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna lose a pelt. Oh no, we're not. That was the gamble. Okay, Red Heart's not going to be around for too much longer. Oh yeah, we traded a pelt for a pelt. That's okay. An adder. Yeah, our porcupine is pretty unfazed. Alright, let's see what... We're gonna have 4 pelts. Excellent. Plenty of teeth, too. But we have an ant, so that's all we really need. So, let's grab these cards, clear the board. There we go, 7 damage. I guess another lammer. Yes. I guess armor on lammer? Why not? Alright, we made it. We got our 4 fiends and friends. So, let's see how we do. Alright, let's start off with Bat. Because we need to at least get through Prospector here. Another Mantis God. Wow. Oh, we do have difficulty up. That's why. That's why it's starting off with Mantis Gods right off the bat. So, we can do... Lammer there. River Otter here. Bleach. Let's see, if I snip Mole Man, Mantis God comes out, kills me. I snip Amalgam. chance we don't die. Okay. Here, you know what, River Otter, I need you to not kill us dead immediately. Because it would just break the gold nugget, bring Mantis God down, and we just cannot deal with that. Ah, some ghosts. Yeah, well, you know what I say to that? I say... Repulsive. Yeah, you can try trading, but it's not going to do you any good. Also, we missed our opportunity. Unless you want me to trade for the moon, I can certainly do that. No? Okay. Well, let's see if we can find our other friends of death. You are not a friend of death. Well, you have death touch, but you're... Oh yeah. Flying ant is famine. Cannot be eaten. Nothing to eat. There we go. Our porcupine of death. Let's see here. Our bullfrog of plague. So we're missing... Oh wait, no, we already had war. We had our... whatchamacallit? Otter. River otter. So then, in the meantime, we are going to play our ant. There we go. That seems like a good option. Speed this along, but still allow our fiends to deal the bulk of the damage. Ooh, and Bullfrog survives. And there we are. We used our 4 Ringworms of the Apocalypse to bring forth 4 fiends to ruin Leshy's day. Again, this is a suggestion run from DD23, so thank you for the suggestion. If any of you have ideas for runs you'd like to see or want to let me know what types of runs you want to see more of, feel free to leave a comment down below. Like and subscribe to keep supporting the channel's growth, and I'll catch you later in the next episode.